Being able to breathe in situations where you are in a negative position is pivotal in order for you to escape. Because if you're, being mounted by a 300-pound dude, like, you're gonna need some explosive power. And when you find your passion, it ignites you as a person. You just feel awesome. Hey guys, what's going on? We are out in nature, getting some sunshine. I encourage you to take your phone, take whatever you're using to watch this, maybe even your TV, and put it outside for a little bit so you can get some sunshine because quarantine, you know what I'm saying? So in what we're living in today, breath is really important. It's really important to improve your jiu-jitsu, and it's really important in any time where you're feeling a sense of panic or anxiety. Remembering your breath is a way to improve performance. And so I figured, let's make a video. Today we're gonna go over some breathing exercises. We're gonna go over a story about why breath is so important. And after watching this video, you'll realize why breath is important, various aspects and benefits of breathing in jiu-jitsu that can also be applied to life. So let's get to it. All right, so while I am telling this personal story and also telling some benefits of breathing, let's first start by actually breathing, right? So while I'm talking, just focus on your breath. One thing that you could do is just in through your nose for a 3 count and then out through your mouth for a 3 count. Or just take deep breaths and like really focus on breathing and having that feeling of calm and focus while I'm talking. That way you can get a little breath warm up before we begin the actual exercises. So this story, I'm sure you can understand. I'm sure it's an experience similar to one that you've had. So this is relevant if you're starting jiu-jitsu and you're starting rolling, or maybe this happened to you in your first competition, or even anytime you compete. I know it happened to me the latest time before I stepped into the cage for my second fight, which got canceled, but we're not gonna go there. So basically here it is. I remember I walked into the gym and we were about ready to do rounds, and I was imagining my training partner as my opponent. So mentally I was in the cage and my training partner was my opponent, and standing there even before rounds started, I could feel my heart start beating faster. I could feel like a little perspiring. I could feel those emotions that occur when you're about to do something that you think is scary, or your mind is perceiving that there may be imminent danger in your future. You know, this could apply to anything, right? This could apply to watching the news. So I remember the round starts and I tell my training partner I'm nervous, and he's like, Crystal, it's just me, like don't worry about it. And I was like, no, you don't understand, like in my mind I'm in the cage. And so we start, he gets a takedown, he gets on top of me, and I could feel the feelings of the beginning feelings of panic and anxiety. My mind was like, get up, get up, get up. And I was like kind of racing on, okay, what do I need to do next? And it felt like I was out of breath, even though I had really good cardio. I mean, at that point, we'd only be going for a couple minutes. And so he told me, Crystal, just breathe. And it is amazing what breath can do for your jiu-jitsu. It's amazing what breath can do for your mind. So here are 4 benefits of breath control and how it will improve your jiu-jitsu. So first of all, your breath is a mind-body, it's basically the bridge between your mind and your body. So if you're able to control your breathing and have very good breathing, your connection between what you want to do and what your mind wants to do and what your body wants to do will automatically improve. Number 2, your breath controls your emotions. And if you feel a sense of panic, being able to breathe will help change that emotion. And when you are in a state of non-panic, non-anxiety while rolling, you're able to access that vault of techniques. You'll be able to remember, oh yeah, like, let's do the class move, or solutions to the certain problem that you're in will come more readily if you're in a better emotional state than like panic and fear. So breath regulation and being able to control your breath has a direct impact on the emotions that you feel. Number 3, being able to control your breath will improve your endurance. So how does that help your jiu-jitsu? If you're able to roll more rounds, more time on the mat equals more skill. The more time you put in, the more skill you will have. Being able to roll like 5 rounds instead of 2 rounds every single day, you're going to see more of a dramatic improvement in your jiu-jitsu. And number 4, in addition to endurance, breathing also improves your stamina. So it improves the ability for you to have a max effort of muscle contraction. So for example, let's say you're trying to go for an explosive move like a takedown, you're going to find that your takedowns are more powerful. Your explosive movements will be more powerful because you're able to use more muscle at max capacity, at max force. So you have an increase of mind-body connection. So what you want to do, your body's able to do. You're able to access the vault and problem solve. So that was number 2. Number 3, you're able to go for a long period of time. So you can actually get more time on the mat. And fourthly, you're able to execute moves more readily because you have that powerful force ability. So those are 4 things, and I can even add a 5th thing. It makes it more enjoyable. So especially if you're a beginner and you're first rolling, chances are you're going to be scared. I mean, I was definitely scared, and it was, you had to overcome that certain sense of anxiety before rolling. And being able to control your breath, you're able to, in that moment, control your emotions, and it makes it more enjoyable. It makes it more enjoyable if you're not like freaking out. That's pretty much a constant anywhere. Right? All right, so here's a breathing exercise. What I'm about to show you, once you understand this concept, you'll be able to breathe when somebody is on top of you. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when people apply pressure and they're on top of you, they're either sitting on your chest or sitting on your stomach, and you have to fight their weight in order to breathe, and that can also induce feelings of panic. So here is a method to be able to breathe when somebody is either applying chest pressure or applying belly pressure. So for example, let's say this is the difference between a knee on belly, or maybe they have a high mount. So if you put your one hand on your stomach and the other on your upper chest and you breathe, you can notice that you can either cause your stomach hand to raise or your chest hand to raise. So let's do a couple, let's play with this for a little bit. So I'm doing chest. Now I'm doing stomach. So let me pick it up. So versus now, while I'm further explaining this, I want you to try to play with that and try to practice that. So in through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and play around with being able to just chest breathe and just stomach breathe. So taking in a breath and just making your chest rise, or taking in a breath and making your stomach rise. So this will definitely help. Being able to breathe in situations where you are in a negative position is pivotal in order for you to escape. Because if you're, being mounted by a 300-pound dude, like, you're gonna need some explosive power. You know what I'm saying? To get him off of you. All right, so chest breathe, out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Belly breathe, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. So that was the first technique. The first technique is to be able to control where you're breathing and to be able to breathe with your chest if somebody's on your stomach, and with your stomach if somebody's on your chest. So it's like a positional torso breathing and being aware of that. I don't know about you, but if, you know, when somebody has knee on belly, trying to combat their knee with my breath and expand my stomach, it's like you don't want to get caught in that game, because their knee and their weight is going to win every single time unless you have some breath strength that's like out of this world. Chances are they're gonna win that fight. The second technique is also called like a choo-choo-choo technique. The reason why this technique is so important is because of your ability to get new air into your body. So what happens is, if you've ever been stuck, let's say in somebody's side control and they're really heavy, or somebody's case like katana and they're super heavy, you'll feel like you can't get enough breath in. And what happens is, for me personally, I'm thinking, my brain's like, oh my God, you're not getting enough air, you need to breathe more. But what's actually happening is you're not exhaling enough. So when you exhale, if you picture, let's say, a glass of water, right? And let's say it's dirty water and it's half full, and that's the breath that's been in your lungs since the round started. If you don't exhale all of that water, all of that dirty water, you're not going to make any room for new air or new breath or new water to come in. So if you have a glass that's optimistically half full of dirty water, just imagine trying to get new water in and you're only getting that half. Whereas, let's say the glass was completely empty, you're able to get all that dirty water out and all the new fresh water in, or all the new breath in. So it's kind of counterintuitive. When you're out of breath, you're thinking, I need to get more air, but actually the answer is getting that old air out of your lungs, getting that old breath out of your lungs. So this technique is designed to get that air out of your lungs. So you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and you make a ch-ch-ch sound. If you've ever done a striking class, this may sound familiar. If you do a strike, you're supposed to exhale through your teeth, and this is basically that same concept, but it can be applied to anywhere. It can be applied to Jiu-Jitsu. So let's practice this for a second. In through your mouth, or in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Ch-ch-ch. Breathe in for 3 through your nose, out your mouth. And you can even combine the two techniques. So let's take a breath with our upper chest. Out. Let's take a belly breath. Out. So you can imagine if you're, let's say, on the bottom of side control and you're feeling the feelings of panic, you feel and you can feel that there's a lot of air coming in, but there isn't actually a lot of air coming out. And that's the secret here. That's the secret sauce. It's not like you're not getting enough air in. Well, technically you're not getting enough air in because there's too much old air already in your lungs. So let's try this again. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and do a ch-ch-ch. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Now we can also apply this with movement, and let's do a couple of movements together, some Jiu-Jitsu movements to incorporate breathing with moving. And one rule of thumb, in order to breathe correctly, picture your body. Anytime that your shoulders are close to your hips or your body's folded, you want to exhale. Anytime that your body is expanded, you want to inhale. Now this helps enable you to have enough room for your lungs to expand. So it gives you the optimal probability of getting air in, and when you're crunched over, you can exhale. So let me put on this gi so I can get some shoulder protection while we're out here. All right, so for this first technique, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the bridge and roll. So basically, if anybody's ever on you in a mount position and you're trying to escape, this would be a bridge and roll technique that you would use in order to roll them off of you. So with this technique, what we're going to do is we're going to use the inhale and exhale correctly. So we're going to be inhaling while we bridge and exhaling while we roll. And then we're also going to be using the chew, chew, chew method. So in through the mouth, and when we exhale, we're gonna go shh, shh, shh. All right? So imagine somebody is mounted on you, you're going to be bridging them, you're going to be rolling them, and you're going to end up in their guard, okay? And if you want to add a little cherry on top, end in a nice posture, you know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go. All right, ready? So we're going to inhale and exhale. Again, inhale. We can also employ this technique if we're doing another escape movement. I definitely have nature in my hair right now. All right, now for this second technique, we're going to do the same breathing exercise, but we're going to pair it with a different movement. So again, we're going to inhale on the bridge, and we're going to exhale while shrimping. So basically what you're going to imagine is you're going to imagine somebody on top of you in a mount position. Their knees, one knee is on either side of your hips, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to off balance them to try to get your knee through on the inside of their legs. So basically their legs are right here, and you're trying to get a knee in through to hopefully maybe replace the guard. But basically you want to get out of that mount position. So again, we're going to be inhaling while we do the bridge and exhaling while we shrimp. And we'll also do that shh, shh, shh technique at the same time. All right, here we go. So you have an opponent on top of you in the mount position. You're trying to get one of your knees in. Ready? So inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And there we go. If this was helpful to you, what I could do is I could create a video that's like just a dedicated exercise video, maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. That way we can, you know, do the movements together. And yeah, let me adjust you for a second. And yeah, you know, maintain our sanity during these times. But thank you so much for watching. It was really enjoyable to record this for you, especially being able to get outside. I encourage you to, you know, get outside in a place where you're alone and away from other people, just to try to get some sun on your skin, get some fresh air in your lungs, and, you know, keep that good breathing up. So until next time, bye.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving.